We're very proud of the product we put out here. The Boston cream pie is the Massachusetts state dessert, and it originated here at the Omni Parker House. It got the name of Boston cream pie. As you see as we assemble it, it's actually a sponge. It's a cake. It is called pie because at the time it was in competition, as you would say, with the Washington State pie, which was a chocolate pie, which was originally made in an actual pie tin. So that's how the Boston cream pie got the name pie, because originally it was baked in a pie tin. But as you can see, when we put it together, it is actually a cake with a sponge cake base. Right now, Touhi is going to actually assemble the Boston cream pie sponge cake, which is the actual base cake for the actual Boston cream pie. She is right now taking the egg whites, mixed with half the amount of sugar, and she is going to make a stiff peak on the actual egg whites. We have the egg whites and the egg yolks separated accordingly. We will again stage this part of the Boston cream pie, the sponge, right now. As Touhi finishes the actual process here of putting the separated egg whites and egg yolks, then she will add the flour and melted butter to actually form the sponge. Put it in a 10-inch sponge cake pan, and she will then proceed to bake it. The next procedure we go on from there will actually do the pastry cream, which is the filling in the Boston cream pie. I am actually adding in the original peaked egg whites to the yolks. And they're at a medium peak right about now. Now we will add in the flour for the final stage for the sponge. This actually makes the cake batter. Betty Crocker would be proud. Once all the ingredients are incorporated, the actual batter is at a smooth ingredient process. She will then fold it into the actual sponge pan, cake pan, and we will bake it. It will go into the oven at 350 degrees for approximately 20 minutes. While the actual sponge cake is in the oven, we are now in the process of making the actual pastry cream. We start with the ingredients of light cream and milk, sugar, and butter. We bring that up to a simmer. And then the next thing that we have done is in here we have mixed eggs, whole eggs, cornstarch, sugar, and we're going to bring that to a little medium ribbons, and then we're going to actually fold that back into the pastry cream and back into the cream to create the pastry cream. Just give this more of a little bit of a whip, slowly. This actual process that we are doing right now is called tempering. What we're doing is we're adding the cold egg to the warm milk and cream. We do it in a slow process, so the tempering, where the temperatures come to equal temperature. Otherwise, if you put the eggs in too fast, you'll have scrambled eggs. So once that process is done, we put it back up onto the heat, bring it to a simmer, add a little bit of rum, and we let it sit. And that is the actual filling for our Boston cream pie. Here we have the actual topping for the Boston cream pie, which is a chocolate ganache consisting of Caribou chocolate and heavy cream to give it that smooth, silky finish. The basic makeup is just the actual chocolate melted over a bain-marie, which is hot water, and then is the addition of heavy cream. Here we have the Boston cream pie, the actual sponge cake, coming out of the oven. It's been in here 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And there it is. Now that we have taken the actual sponge cake out of the oven, Touhi is going to proceed to show you how she actually assembles the Boston cream pie. The actual sponge is taken, put on a pedestal here. She trims it, slices it in the 3 layers, and then we'll proceed to actually make the pie. There you go. There is the actual 3 layers of sponge. The bottom, the middle, and the top layer. Now that all the components of the Boston cream pie are fulfilled, the actual sponge cake is made, the ganache is made, the pastry cream is made. Now the fun part comes. We get to assemble the Boston cream pie for everyone to enjoy. The first part of it is, now that we have our sponge cake cut in three layers, we make the first layer, go ahead, where Touhi is actually adding the actual pastry cream to the first layer of the sponge. As she proceeds to put the layer of pastry cream, about a ½ inch thick, on the actual outside, the inside of the sponge, the next layer will be assembled as well. The second layer is applied, and the actual pastry cream is added as well. Again, about a ½ inch thickness on the pastry cream. And for all you folks out there watching, don't worry about that little excess pastry cream that comes over the sides. We have a purpose for it all. And as she puts on the last layer of sponge and makes the final adjustments, the excess pastry cream that comes out around the side, you will see what its significance is as we move forward. Touhi, as an artist that she is, applies a little extra pastry cream that makes our toasted almonds, the finishing touch on the Boston cream pie, adhere to the sides. Now for the final touches of the Boston cream pie, we'll actually add the ganache. The final stage of the actual Boston cream pie, where we add the actual chocolate ganache, is the process that we will do right now. As I proceed to put on approximately 8 ounces of ganache on top of the 10-inch Boston cream pie. Touhi will proceed to smooth the actual ganache on the top layer of the actual Boston cream pie. Then after the actual top layer of ganache is put on the Boston cream pie, to finish it, to give it somewhat of a modern day look, we actually add a white fondant to give a spider web effect to the actual top of our Boston cream pie. And Touhi will proceed with a skewer or a toothpick to actually accentuate the actual spiderweb look. And with that excess, the excess pastry cream that I said that was on the sides, that is used to adhere our almonds, our toasted almonds, to give our Boston cream pie, the original Boston cream pie, the accentuate look that it deserves for such a fine hotel as the Omni Parker House. Enjoy.